we introduce ourselves. My name is Yeni Srimulyeni. I will be the moderator and the main presenter. Beside me are my friends, Anggraeni and Anisa Ramadani, who will be presenting the material. Alright. The first material is connection between text, gender, and discourse. Considering how text, genders, and ways of communicating are connected, helps us understand how views on communication are changing. Communication or discourse is a way to express attitudes towards social and cultural issues. Through different texts and genders, people share perspectives on topics like race or gender. For example, how people talk about racism can reflect the views of a powerful social institution. When this institution use their influence, certain beliefs form and shape how people see the world. And also, language plays a key role in shaping these views. Next, power in translation. In translation, power appears when language is used to include or exclude certain regions, values, or cultures. Many foreign texts translated into English often sound similar as if they were all written by the same person. This might be due to translation limits, but it may also be a way to leave out certain readers, writers, or even translators. Loss of uniqueness in translation. The loss of the original text's unique qualities can happen due to complex power dynamics. In well-established translation practice, translators might have the authority to exclude readers or authors by using certain methods, like loosely translating or leaving out certain words. Expectation in the target language can turn translation into a tool that excludes the original author's perspective. Translators themselves might also be influenced by strict editors or censorship. The next material is delivered by Anggraeni.
Okay, thank you Yeni for giving me the chance to deliver my material. So the next material is about status, perspectives, and ethics of translation. So status of translators. Literary translators often face debates during regarding recognition and appreciation. So you know that literary translators often find themselves in discussion about how much recognition and what they actually get. So even though they play a critical role in bringing the stories from one language to another language, many of them feel that their work is not represented enough in the literary world. So this can make them really challenging for themselves to get the acknowledgement of what they deserve. So next is perspective. According to Gregory Rabasa says, so translator decisions are influenced. So Gregory Rabasa, a well-known translator, believes that many translator decisions come from instinct. So this means that translators often rely on their good feelings and deep understanding of the text, not just the skills of the translator. But on the other hand, Peter would say that translation combines intuition and conscious choice. So this means the translators have to make careful decisions about the word and the style that they choose to deliver the message from the language that have been translated. So it can really affect the meaning and tone of the original word. from exploitation, so it's crucial to understand how power and ethics influence the relationship between the translators, publishers, and of course the authors. So next material, it's about voice in translation. So translation, like Margaret Sayers, Sweden, and John Parsons stress the importance of capturing the original text voice. So on the other hand, Hammond say that the translator voice is always present, even if not always visible. So when we talk about the voice in translation, it's really important to capture the essence of the original text. Translator like Margaret Sayers and John Feltiner that emphasize this this is like this statement. So the voice includes the style, tone, and emotion that the author wants to convey. But Carol Hammond say that he reminds us that the translated voice is always there, even if we don't always see it. So this shows that translators play a big role in how readers understand the text. I think it's enough from me. Sorry, if there is any left of my present, I give it back to Yeni.
Alright, thank you Anna for presenting the material. The next material will be delivered by Anisa. Please.
Okay, thanks Jenny to share my part. The next material about translation as rewriting. What does it mean about translation as rewriting? The concept of this material is translation is a form of rewriting, adapting content to align with new audience values. Imagine you're telling a story to a new group of people who have different interests or beliefs. You probably change a few details so they connect better with the story. That's what translation as rewriting about. Scholars Susan Besant and Anggraeni say that translation isn't just about changing words, but about rephrasing the story to match the value of a new audience. And the purpose of translation as rewriting is translation reflects social and literary norms, sometimes shifting the original meaning to fit a new context. When translators rewrite a story, they might change its impact or meaning a bit to fit the audience culture. This shows how translation is shaped by what the new audience value or expect. Next is about the role of image and patronage. Image construction. Translators promote specific ideas, authors of cultural value, often creating an impactful image in their target cultures. This means when you think of image as an impression that a translation creates in new audience mind. For example, a translation might emphasize certain parts to make an author seem wise or relatable. This helps the translated work become more popular in the new culture because it connects with what they care about. Next is patronage. Patronage is support or control by individuals or institutes like publisher, media, influence translation choices. Imagine there's someone funding or supporting the translation like a publisher or media group. This support or patron has big influence on what's translated and how it's done. But and of the culture and politics. The styles or structure of literature in that culture. These words often overlap and wide choices translators make, like what ideas to emphasize to fit the cultural beliefs. Next, influence of patronage. Patrons like translators who share their values, influencing what is translated. When patrons fund a translation, they often prefer translators who share their values. This means the translator's choices are already influenced by what the patrons want to see, shaping the image of the work in a way that fits a patron's vision. Next is status symbol. Accepting patronage grants access to exclusive cultural circle, blending ideology with art. This means accepting support from a patron like a well-known publisher is a sign of status. It shows that the translator is part of a select group that influence cultural values. This is because patrons usually choose people who align with their standards, creating an elite circle in the field of translation and literature. That's the material by me. I'm sorry for the mistake. I give it back to Yeni. Thank you.
Thank you, Anisa, for presenting the material. The last material will be delivered by Anisa. Please.
Thank you for the last material is about relationships and conclusions in the literary world complex relationship. So the dynamics between translators, editors, and publishers are influenced by ideology and power. So according to what Susan Bassett and Angela say, the translation often involves rewriting that can marginalize certain genders. Okay, so now the connection between translators, editors, and publishers can be quite complex, so they will influence by the different ideas and power dynamics. So translators often have to negotiate with editors and publishers to make sure that their work are valued. So according to Susan Bassett and Andre Lever say, the translation can involve rewriting. So it sometimes the sidelines certain genres and changes how we understand the word. So in conclusion, translating the words is often seen as less important than writing original pieces. That's why it's so important to be more recognized the role of the translators in literature. They are not just bridges between languages, but they also help us appreciate and understand different cultures on the broader level. That's enough for me. I give it back to Yeni. Thank you.
Alright, thank you, Anna, for presenting the material. Maybe that's all from our presentation. We hope it can broaden our knowledge, and we apologize if there were any mistakes. Thank you for your participation. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.